Hi, good morning. Thanks to Caroline for inviting me along. I'm Stuart Hope. I work for William Turners. We are a schoolwear accessories provider in Stockport. We work kind of alongside Rollinsons, where you've just heard from Ian. Whereas Ian and the guys supply uniforms, t-shirts, blouses, skirts, etc. We supply the accessories to go with them. So your book bags, your bottles, your school bags, and generally they can be all embroidered so that they fit with the company, with the school's identity and the young people who go to that school and their personal identity. William Turners we've just celebrated our 50th year in business. We're family owned by two brothers, Dan Turner and John Turner. They are third generation owners of the company, and we distribute 3 million items a year, and as I say, it complements the schoolwear that Rollinsons distribute. So although we're in the same industry, supplying to the same people, we're not quite competitors in that respect. So far this morning, obviously we've heard a lot about apprenticeships and how to get involved in warehousing and logistics, but I just want to talk a little bit about the relevance and the day-to-day operations in warehousing and logistics. Just a little bit of focus on the three main functions of warehousing and how they impact on a business's performance, how these three functions affect day-to-day operations and delivery of customer service to your customers, and then sort of towards the end, just a little bit of sort of guidance maybe about what companies and warehouse managers are looking for in candidates when you get to interview stage, and then once you're in, development and progression, because as you'll see there, it isn't all about experience. Once you're into warehousing, and getting in at apprenticeship level really gives you a solid platform to grow as an individual and as a professional. Next slide, please, Caroline. So the three main functions of warehousing, it's quite a generic overview, this. You've got goods receipt, stock management once the goods are in, and then shipping the goods out to your customers. At Turners, we import from China, but we also have a large UK supply network. And regardless of the origin, any product that enters our building, we want to make sure that it's fit for sale and it's of the highest possible quality, because we have a real focus on quality at Turners. We have an ethos at Turners in the warehouse that if it's wrong at the start, it'll be wrong at the end. So my goods in team, when they're doing their goods receipt, they've got a real focus on checking the quantities right, because obviously there's financial impact there for the company, so that's important. There's a quality impact in terms of the quality of the product that we're going to deliver to the customer. And we want to make sure that we're delivering at the end the best product that's available in the market. Moving on to the stock management, once the product is in the building, it's important that you look after that product. So you've got to talk about maintaining stock accuracy. If your customer comes on and he can see on your website that you've got 100 of a particular item in stock, he wants to order those 100. He wants to receive 100 the next day. He doesn't want to receive 99 or 90. He wants 100. So stock management throughout the day, throughout the year is massively important, because during the year it impacts customer service positively, and at the end of the year it can also impact your company's financial results, because stock is invariably your largest and most expensive asset. So stock management within warehousing is hugely important, and will always be the platform for any warehouse to be successful. The third main function, but by no means any less important than the stock side of things, is the shipping. We've all ordered something possibly from Amazon or online, and most of the time you want it next day. If you look at Amazon, you can order up to 9 PM and you can get it the next day, which is quite a service. We don't operate that late at Turners. We have a 4 PM cut-off. But invariably anything that comes in after 4, we do manage to get it out. Our shipping ethos is on time, first time, every time. So a customer orders their goods today, they want it tomorrow, they get it tomorrow. First time, if they order a blue water bottle, they want a blue water bottle, we want to make sure we pick the right item. That's massively important to customer service, and we want to achieve that every time. We have a current pick accuracy of just over 99.5%, and that's how much emphasis we place on stock accuracy and pick accuracy. Next slide, please, Caroline. So how do these 3 functions affect the day-to-day operations and delivery of customer service? Company reputation. As I've said there, nobody wants a bad review on Trustpilot. If you order, as I say, a blue water bottle or 10 blue water bottles, you want 10 blue water bottles and you want them tomorrow. If you get them tomorrow, you've done a great job, you've done the best you can do. If you don't quite hit the mark, some customers might not be overly pleased with that. So focus on detail, focus on accuracy. It feeds through to company reputation. Ensuring the customer receives what they've paid for. As I say, if they order 10, they've paid for 10, they want 10. Again, accuracy is so important, and you need to have that focus within you as an individual to make sure that you're picking accurately, shipping accurately, and the customer's getting what they want. How does it affect the business going forward? Happy customers will come back, and that's repeat business. Every business in the world relies on repeat business. More sales to grow the business, to grow your reputation, to grow your income, and look after their employees as well. We all go to work to earn a wage. The more sales you get, the more chance you've got of getting any increase in your salary, hopefully. Next slide, please, Caroline. Thank you. So what are companies and warehouse managers looking for? So if you're coming in at apprenticeship level, you've got, as I said before, you've got a good platform to get in there, but you'll also have an interview to go through. So what are warehouse managers and companies looking for? We generally want to see an enthusiastic person sat in front of us, have a gentle chat to, a nice, friendly, relaxed environment, but we want to see that enthusiasm. We don't, we want to see someone who's showing an interest in what we're talking about, what we're asking them about, what they're telling us. Energy from people. Working in a warehouse is a physical job. It's a high productivity job, a high turnover in terms of daily shipments. As Ian said from Rollinson's, July and August during back to school, before all the kids go back to school in September, it can be quite intense. So we need people with energy, with a drive, with a personal sort of will to get things done and get things done right. Thoughtfulness. You want someone who's going to engage with you during a conversation, so that comes back to the enthusiasm and the showing the interest. Ask relevant questions. If you're not sure about something, don't be afraid to ask your interviewer to explain what they mean or what they're talking about. But equally, if you do know what they're talking about, relay examples back to them. Yes, I've experienced that before, I've heard of that before, and give them examples of how you can relate to what they're talking to. And then once you've been successful, a willingness to learn once you've got your foot in the door, as it were. a willingness to learn. And as I said before, it isn't all about experience. If you get in there, you'll start at entry level. Basically, you'll be picking and packing, and just making sure that, as I've said before, you're picking the right product, getting the customer what they want, when they want it. And it can be hard work, it can be quite intense, but at Turner's, and I've spoke to Ian at Rollinson's a lot, it can be quite fun as well. They have a little bit of music on in the background, it's a nice atmosphere, and it's warehouses are generally quite big open spaces. You don't feel enclosed. So it is a nice atmosphere. You can work in a nice atmosphere. Next slide, please, Caroline. So you've got in, you've worked through your apprenticeship, you're carrying on working with your business. As an individual, you want to develop, you want to progress. What development and progression is available to people in warehousing? There's actually quite a lot of development and progression available in warehousing, and I'm just going to highlight a few of the areas that tend to sort of repeat themselves. A WMS is a warehouse management system. From that, you will gain key IT skills, because a lot of warehouse management systems, the computer systems, are quite similar, producing picks, monitoring stock levels, ensuring stock is removed off the shelf when it's been picked and the invoice is produced for the customer. So once you've picked up that side of it, that is, as you'll see below there's transferable skills. So once you've picked up how to use a warehouse management system, the chances are, if you moved on to another company, you would use a similar sort of system, so that would give you the foot in the door sort of knowledge. Product knowledge, understanding of your company's business, understanding your company's product. With ourselves at Turner's, we rotate our stock very regular, because on a bag, for example, you can have a mesh pocket on the side. It could be a simple little change or a subtle little change, the change of the colour of the mesh. So it's important that you know when you're picking the products, you're picking the right product, and that it has the right colour mesh, and you're not mixing batches from, even though it comes from the same supplier, you can have mixed batches. So product knowledge is vitally important to the guys at the end of the chain in the warehouse. And finally, transferable skills. As we heard a little bit earlier, forklift truck licenses. Some are in-house, but most are transferable. So once you've got your forklift truck license, you can take that if you chose to move on to another company. A counterbalance, reach truck, bendy license, or a flexi license. I've had my counterbalance now for nearly 30 years, and I've took it with me to each individual place where I've been, and it has without doubt helped me get the jobs that I've had. MVQs in warehousing and logistics, really, that's a really interesting course. I've done an MVQ in warehousing and an MVQ in management. Doing the MVQ, it opens up your horizons again to what's involved in warehousing, to the importance of warehousing and the understanding of warehousing. It isn't just a case of bringing a box in, putting it on a shelf, and then putting it on the back of a truck to get to a carrier, to get to your customer. There's far more to it than that. And the MVQs will open up those horizons for you and those ideas, and then you can then implement them in your workplace. So if you ever got the opportunity to do an MVQ in warehousing, I couldn't recommend it enough. It can open so many doors for you. And finally, career progression. Everybody would like to be, well, not everybody, most people would like to be in a position where they move up the corporate ladder. Myself, I started off as a picker, moved on to stock control, then became a team leader, a warehouse supervisor, and now I'm a warehouse manager. The good thing about the career progression is that you then get to pass your knowledge on to others, to see them grow, to help them grow and help them make their way in the world. And doing that in warehousing and logistics, it's really rewarding for you personally and for your the person you're training. And again, it's a transferable skill. So once you've got that knowledge of management, that knowledge of being a team leader or a supervisor, it does open other doors for you to other areas, not necessarily in warehousing and logistics, but it does open other doors for you. Thank you very much.